Hey everyone. There we are. Okay, perfect. Hello everyone. Hope everyone is having a good day. This is the second time that we try this sort of AMA with video and Telegram. And today with me I have Paul, CTO of NitroDome, Gordon, CEO of NitroDome. And coincidentally, it's also the second time that we've done this with NitroDome. So glad to have you back here with us, guys. Very excited. Listing is imminent. The sale is imminent of NitroDome. Finally, that day is here. A lot of things to look forward to, and I guess for the ones that haven't watched last time and want to know what is NitroDome, who are these guys, maybe you guys can explain.
Yeah, hi Matthias and everyone else. Thanks for having us again and to give us a chance to, explain what we're doing. So I don't know, like Matthias, should we start with a personal recap quickly, or
Yes,
just
please,
my?
Gordon, if you
Okay,
can explain who you are, and then Paul
yes,
can explain who Paul is.
yeah,
Then
definitely. Sorry.
after that, you can explain what Nitrotone is, what you guys stand for, and what is to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. So yeah, my name is Gordon. I'm based in Austria, Europe. Full stack, full-time dev since 2019 and in crypto since 2016. Yeah, like I worked the last years on several projects, helped them to realize their dreams. And beside that, I was just keen and eager to build something unique in the space together with Paul. And so yeah, we came up with the idea and the concept of NitroDome, and this is what we have built since then.
Amazing, Paul.
I've been thanks for having us here today, Matthias. I've been a developer for a little over 35 years doing uh, database work, Fortune 500 companies, a lot of architecture on speed and stability, and got into blockchain about 2017 and ended up working with Gordon. And he had the same vision of building something in the blockchain space with strength and stability and good architecture and building before the hype. And so he and I got together and built NitroDome.
Nice, nice. Yeah, strength and stability, good architecture. It's not really always the case out there, huh?
It is not. I've found that when I came in, I could, of course, do the development. But what I really realized pretty quickly was a lot of these projects need a good CTO that can do architecture and planning and build so that they're not going to break easily and they can handle load. And they're also building for a lot of flexibility. And so I spent a lot of time doing CTO work on a lot of different projects over the time.
Nice. And now you're doing it for Nitrodome, your own
Absolutely.
project, your own
My
baby.
own project, my own baby. And so I can tell you we've gone to the nth degree to make it strong and powerful and secure and able to grow.
Nice. Amazing. Well, great to have you guys here again. Now, what is Nitrodome actually?
Well, NitroDome is in the first line a gaming infrastructure product where our focus is to deliver like a product and a utility that makes it even easier for existing games, in particular Web2 games, to get the entry to blockchain. So we're trying to yeah, bridge or close the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. So as we have seen, there are a lot of gaming platforms outside there, right? They all have literally the same approach, taking an existing Web 2 game, turn it into a Web 3 game, and then, they just convert it and they have a different targeted user base. So they're targeting Web3 users. Our approach is unique and different in the terms of why not modifying a game. We just extend it and so make it happen that Web2 users can play the game and enjoy everything that they have enjoyed in the past. And we offer additionally all the features and benefits of Web3. So we're not touching the core and not the base development of a game. We're providing literally a ready-to-go solution, a bridge that allows to attach Web3 to an existing Web2 game without cutting off traditional gamers and offering all the benefits by this. Beside that, this is just one part, a core part of our gaming platform. We also have an NFT liquidity marketplace where people can trade their game assets after they use the portal, trade against liquidity positions, and also we have our own AMM, our own DEX, where we're hosting these liquidity positions. And additionally, what would be a gaming platform without in-house games? So we have 3 ready to go in-house games where Robomaniacs and Mentopoly are ready to go, fully built out and attached to the portal as well.
Nice. Yeah. Essentially, you're building an ecosystem from all these products that enhance each other's value, so that as a company, whether it's a gaming company or another type of company, you get sucked into that ecosystem by using one product and can enjoy other products as the life cycle of the project progresses, right? Which is really cool and really smart. And so essentially, you lower the barriers for gaming studios or even indie devs for incorporating Web3 or supporting Web3 for the game without having to change their game, which is incredibly smart. Also, from the perspective that users or players that do not have anything to do with Web3, do not want to have anything to do with Web3, or just are too early, they will not see anything related to Web3. They can just play the game as they always have. They are not bothered with wallet buttons or stuff like this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And sorry.
With pushing Web3 into games, you are excluding a massive number of participants and players and onboarding. There are so many games out there that are awesome and maybe have 1 million users or hundreds of thousands of users, that if you took it to make it Web3, now you actually have to find an entirely new audience, because a lot of those Web2 players either won't do it or can't do it, or have no interest, right? Our technology allows you to continue to enjoy all of those users and all those users enjoying your game. And those that want to do Web3 have the ability to do it on the back end through our NFT portal. So it's kind of it's a win-win. It's a very small lift for a developer to do. And of course, my dog has to bark right in the middle. Oh, of course she has to do this right now. Hold on. Anyways, I'm going to mute. You continue.
Can we tokenize your dog also?
Sorry, guys. No, what I think to continue here is just like there are some barriers for existing Web2 games, right? They may fear, they do not have the experience and the knowledge, and they may fear touching the Web3 space in terms of, where do I get great developers from? Can we afford that? It will be the integration of Web3 parts. Will it break the game mechanics? There's always a risk if you remodify existing games. And so I think that we closing everything of this because our implementation makes it easy for the games. They just need to do some tweaks on their backend or on their database, right? So the game is not getting impacted overall, and there are a lot of benefits because the fear is not there, the amount of cost is not there, and they don't even need to touch the knowledge and learn for 6 or 8 months in order to get the tech on board. And this is why we came up with this, just to make the transition easy and provide a great and awesome tech where we all here for, right, Paul?
Exactly. Corin and Paul, I remember in one of our first conversations, we were speaking about real world assets for games, and we jokingly call them real game assets. Before we dive into the upcoming Fundrs sale, can you maybe briefly touch upon this topic as well? Like, what is that really, and how should we fit this into your ecosystem?
Paul, you want to go for that?
So, okay, say it again. Sorry, I'm sorry. I had a contractor just show up and as asking questions. I'm like, oh my goodness, of all the times.
Well, I mean, it is an AMA, right?
Right.
Just ask me anything. I think your contractor is doing.
Yeah, my contractor decided to show up and ask me anything. It's like, well, now's not the time. Thank you.
Yeah. Tell him to tune in and maybe to participate in the sale. I mean, it's in 50 minutes.
Yeah, I could bring him in here. He could sit with me and we could have a conversation. That'd be interesting. Good. Sorry about that.
So the question was around real game assets. Like, what are they, and what's the role in your ecosystem?
Yeah, so there's this term that's been running around, real world assets, and everybody's talking about how it's like going to be the, the next big thing in crypto, kind of the next big adoption. And so we have our main company is called Tachyon, which is using our Web 2 to Web 3 bridge in many verticals, including real world assets. And so as we've moved in that direction, we coined the phrase real game assets because in the, they may be digital, but to users, they're real.
Mhm.
And so we started thinking of them as real game assets in the real world. And so as far as implementing the bridge for these games, now we're actually taking these real game assets that users have accumulated. I mean, a lot of these users, these gamers have played for, certain games for years, and they've collected skins and weapons and all of these other things. And to them, they're real assets. And to be able to take those out of the game using our Web 2 to Web 3 bridge technology and bring them onto the blockchain, and now it's true ownership. And that's the other thing of blockchain is having true ownership of an asset. And so now they can take this asset and they can sell it on the DEX, they can sell it on the marketplace. But one of the other beautiful things about the technology that we have is that now you can take this asset and this asset can be implemented into other games. And so
Yeah,
now you
this
can
this
say,
is this is cool.
this is
Yeah.
one of the coolest parts of the whole thing is that when you're building in Web 2 worlds, you're building on a single, consider it a planet. Everything has to be on that planet. Everything's in that ecosystem. Whereas with the Web 2 to Web 3 bridge that the portal provides, is now we've actually given you the galaxy, the universe, well beyond what you're originally capable of. So now you can take this NFT, this asset, and another game could implement it because an NFT is just an individually identifiable asset. And it doesn't mean that in my game may be a racing game and this asset is a laser pistol, but I could actually say, okay, this NFT is going to map to a set of tires in my racing game. And
Right.
so now I can have cross game assets. And so now my laser pistol is no longer stuck in this one world. It's actually been released into the galaxy and it can go to this game or to that game or to that game. So now you have cross game collaborations. And I envision a future where we will have games that are specifically built for this type of interaction. So you may have one game where you're mining assets on different planets in some space simulator. Then you have another game that's actually a role playing game that's using these assets to be able to craft items. So use the portal, bring them out of the assets out of one game, and then bring them into another game.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you so much for the deep explanation. I think this is a very interesting part of your product suite and your ecosystem. Um, but I think now, before we dive a little bit deeper and maybe do a demo of one of your products, I think people want to know more about the upcoming Funders sale. Gordon, maybe you can explain a little bit about the details, like tokenomics and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely, yes. So we started like 6 months ago, where we said, okay, we are ready with the product after 3 years of building everything. That we're want to position ourselves and get ready for the market. So we started designing our tokenomics and how everything could look like from a terms of how fundraising could work. I'm going to share my screen and then I go through the tokenomics. We can go through these rounds. So let me see. Let me know if it's visible. Should be, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay,
okay.
great. Go ahead. It's good.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we started early, as I said, like 6 months ago, negotiating, figure out who we can work with. This includes also like pitching VCs, talk to supporters. So we came up with the angel round, which is the first one, which has already been closed like in March, beginning of April. And we have the seed round, which is currently a great opportunity for the Nexera community, since the seed round is going to be launched there, which is currently on or starting by today. So with it's
in,
pretty cool.
in 45 minutes, more or less.
Right. So this is like one of the early rounds for the next server community. The private has been done over the recent weeks as well, where we got major KOLs on board and supporting us. And we still working on the KOL/VC round, where we're negotiating with gaming VCs and chains that are going to support us, where we also have like some soft commitments, and then we see the public afterwards, which is literally the IDO, where we have the major, like I would say, one of the top major IDO platforms locked in and confirmed. And so the entire thing is going to happen through the next 14 days, in total 3 weeks, I would say. And then we're coming really, really close to the IDO.
Nice,
So,
perfect.
yeah.
And on what network can people participate today?
So you mean the product launch or the next era fundraise?
The fundraise, yeah.
Well, it's going to happen on AVAX, right? As you lined
Yeah.
it up for this, yeah.
Yeah, no, but just for the people to that are watching, that they know where to prepare the funds.
Yeah, so the fundraise is happening on Avalanche side, and since we're working also with the Nextera bridge, the tokens afterwards, after they got claimed, can be bridged to either base chain or Ethereum, and where we go live on both of these chains.
Awesome, sounds good. And any information about the vesting, maybe?
So the vesting for the Nextera round is set up for 12 months, where we have 1 month's cliff. So I think it's a
and a unlock.
Unlock at TGE is 12%.
12%, perfect.
So right. I think that's pretty cool, as the bull market didn't really pop in yet, and we expect all that's going to happen shortly. I think that the vesting period is fully within the bull market, which is awesome. It's not too crazy, not too long, and a 12% TGE release is also, I think, a pretty good number.
Yeah. No, I mean, the year has been pretty shaky so far.
Yeah,
to a very good start. And then a very unpredictable market where mainly Bitcoin rallied and all other tokens stayed behind, except bar some memes, right? And September usually is a very bad month, very boring month, because people, because the markets are so bad, people go offline and wait for things to recover. But I know the community is lively today. So anyone that want to participate, make sure that you have funds prepared on Avalanche. In order to participate, you need to have a merit token, which you can accumulate by staking Nextera. If you have merit accumulated on, for example, Ethereum, you can easily bridge the merit token from Ethereum to Avalanche in order to participate. Tickets, cost of a ticket is pretty low this time, as opposed to previous listings, so it should be very low barrier to participate for anyone. All right, anything else you want to say about the upcoming Fundrs sale?
Well, I think we have everything on the website. We talked about the tokenomics. The only thing is that I think that's quite important, and we want to make this clear. We are not the guys that coming along with a roadmap full of promises. I just want to point out that everything we have in the pitch deck and everything we also have shown in the last AMA, that we are fully built out with the first narrative, with the first vertical, which is the gaming vertical. As Paul said earlier, we also started already developing the AWA side, where we will use the portal for AWA, but this is the roadmap for the future. But once we fund it and the TGE and IDO is done, we launch with the entire product line, which means that we have the gaming platform fully developed out, the marketplace, the NFT decks is there, and also the games. We have really worked hard, and particular over the last 3-4 months with our dev team, to make the user experience a bit better, improving UX stuff. And so we're coming along with a ready to go product and not only promises, and I think that's rare in this space, as most of the projects just raising funds and then there's a long period of waiting for the product. We decided to make it reverse, building everything up front, and so once we go live, the community can expect that we deliver on point with the stuff we have on the
I
roadmap.
mean, you're kind of underselling yourself on this whole roadmap thing. I mean, you already delivered so much. It's not like you come with a white paper and you say
Right.
like this is the rough idea, and I don't feel like creating a roadmap because I don't want to overpromise things. But the reality is, like, you already have proven yourself by churning out so many products that actually already work. That the roadmap is, in my opinion, like the roadmap is already so many things already done from the roadmap, and it's great to look forward. But it's also it's even greater if those that are watching now are considering to participate, also consider to become a user of the NitroDome ecosystem, because in the end, traction is what are going to make a difference, right? And of course, help invite friends to also join the NitroDome ecosystem, join as a player, as a user. And if any game studios watching, please contact these guys um, to get your Web 2 game into Web 3. So I mean, since last time we spoke, a little bit of time has passed, and we of course have new viewers that didn't watch last time. Any interesting updates, things to look forward to that we're discussing today?
Well, I would say and definitely point out, since the development is already so far, our focus over the last weeks as well was actively reaching out to game studios in particular and see how much traction we will get on there. We have some soft commitments. We're also talking to bigger game studios, and currently there is one chain out there that is focused on gaming. And we last week in particular we had a call with them, showed everything, and they were super excited. So they asked us literally if we would go on their chain, and then we have access to a lot of Web 2 games. And here's the interesting part: our tech allows also to make the reverse play, so we can not only take an existing Web 2 game and make it Web 3 compatible. One of the games we're talking to, they have struggled to maintaining their Web 3 parts, and they were like, if it would be up to me, I would love to remove all the blockchain parts. And we were like, okay, let's make it happen. Turn your game back into a Web 2 game and attach it to the portal, and so you have all the benefits and you don't need to fight with the blockchain aspects. And they were like, oh, I didn't even thought about it. Yeah, let's do it. So we made some good connections over the last weeks, got in particular one chain that is highly interested to get us fully launched on their site, bringing their gaming community on, and as well as we deployed everything on Sepolia. So we even were able to provide like beta access to all the guys that are interested, which gave us more traction. I can share my screen and just show the NFT decks quickly, Matthias, if you want to.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, last time you showed something around the bridging of the assets, right? I believe.
Yeah, right. We showed the portal the last time and how everything works, and today we can literally.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys built so much already. Like it's impossible to demo everything in a
Yeah.
single AMA. And just for everyone watching, before you start, Gordon,
Yeah.
this video AMA will end after a bit, but that's not the end of the AMA. This AMA is in two parts. One part is this one, where it's a discussion between us to go over, reiterate, what NitroDome is and everything. Then after the video stream ends, please join the Telegram channel, because Gordon and Paul will be available there, and they will answer your questions. The chat will not be muted. It will not only be me or someone else that will ask them the questions. Anyone that has any questions prepared, or prepare them right on the spot, they're absolutely welcome to join the Telegram channel right after this video AMA ends, and to continue the AMA there with custom questions. All right, sorry, Gordon, for the interruption.
No, that's awesome, buddy. So yeah, as we're not showing the entire thing. That the last demo pitch call took us 90 minutes in order to show every detail we have built, and it's simply too much for now. And since we showed in the last time how the portal works and how we attach games, I'm going to show what happens, right? Like if you exported an in-game asset and you minted your NFT. The big question is always what to do with that. Why should I do that, right? There are some aspects beside that true ownership of your item, right? You can trade these items, but it is always exhausting if you go somewhere and then you list your item and wait for 6 months unless you find a buyer or a price floor. And that's the reason why we developed the NFT decks. And this is like our NFT marketplace attached to the gaming platform. And you can see that we have like liquidity markets here. It's in particular for BoboNX, for our game right now, where you have several tabs like buy, sell, and swap. And now all these NFTs you see here sitting in a liquidity position. So they are literally owned by a smart contract. You can just go ahead here and say, like, I want to purchase this. I have my fee here and I have the cost instantly. And the same as like in the sell feature. If you're coming along from the portal, you have exported game assets that you have like triple items or whatever. You just can go ahead and say, okay, I don't need this anymore. I sell these items, and you instantly get what the liquidity floor price gives you or offers you. I think we had already one feedback from a game that says like, hey guys, buy and sell. I fear that a lot of assets be dumped. And I was like, okay, you know what? We have to sell the swap feature. And the swap feature literally allows the user to say, you know what? I have several legs in my items. Like these are my NFTs, right? So I have 3 legs. I don't need them. I only need 1 pair of legs. So I take these ones and now I'm selling 2, but I want to have 2 different ones that are sitting in the liquidity. And you can see like, okay, I want to purchase like these hands. I select this and this. And so what happens now is that I click on swap and my tokens 29 and 18 going into the liquidity pool, and I receive 22 and 27. And you see that the amount is quite like for 15 cents, you can literally swap items and receive something that you do not have, and you give up something that you literally have duplicated or whatever. So you can simply, we can disable and enable these features, as we can say buy and sell is not allowed if a game don't want that, but the swap feature is pretty cool. We keep it. And that comes along with a lot of data on the charting, how the floor was over the past weeks, and we provide all this information so people have a good impression on how well the token or the NFT collection literally is baked by liquidity, what's the volume, and in particular which NFTs has been traded. All these information are crucial, and I just want to give some more details on that, as people asking like, okay, there's a liquidity position for an NFT. So how does it look like if I want to sell like a rare item, or someone is playing around with the design here. Thanks, Matthias. So no, it's fine. Just come. Just want to come to an end here. So the liquidity positions we can create, they'll have some features where we can say, okay, let's make it. If an NFT collection has on-chain attributes, we can say we create 3 different pools for the rare items, for the common items, and for the super rare items. So we can just define, and people cannot sell common items into a rare pool. Right, this is interesting in terms of that each rarity level will have its own price floor, and then people can just go ahead and can make decisions if they want to sell and buy. But beside that, the NFT marketplace works entirely like OpenSea, so you can even go for auctions, list items, make offers, and see what other users owns. But this is the second product which we haven't shown in the last AMA.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this demo and this explanation. Like again, I'm so super excited about what you guys have built so far and what you guys are still gonna build. It's a lot considering that you're pre-TGE and still early stage fundraising. Yeah, so I think really good opportunity here today. Only half an hour left for the start of the sale. And before we head off to the text-based AMA where the community can ask questions, why did you choose Fundrs?
Well, that's a good question. So first of all, we got early in contact with you guys, did some DD, and I have seen what you guys provided. There's way more than only the Fundrs Launchpad. There's the Nexera ID where we're working with, and there's also the bridge part. So you guys offer a lot that we need in our ecosystem, and we share some of the same partners, such as like Brilliant, or Brilliant as a product, right? We integrate Brilliant as well, working with Kima Finance, and we thought that you suit perfectly into what we're doing, and as a partnership, you provide a lot of things. Beside that, we're working close together, Matthias. So it was a no-brainer to say, let's go with Nexera. We have seen how good the community is, and yeah, it's for us an opportunity to go with you guys, and we really appreciate that. And of course, you extended our network as well by partnership. So it's like kind of working together. And in particular for the Nexera ID, we that we have a Web 2, Web 3 gaming platform. So the gaming platform is also for Web 2 gamers and not only for Web 3 gamers, which also means if you combine Web 2 and Web 3, there's always like you need to take care about KYC. It's important for us as we have a fiat on-ramp, and I see like the benefits of integrating Nexera ID. So as I said, everything comes kind of together, and it was a no-brainer to say, yeah, let's do it, because we know we don't want to go with 5 separate partners. Everything we need, we found within Nexera.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the kind words, man. Again, really looking forward. Is there anything that you guys want to say still here on this video before we head off to the text-based part of the AMA?
Foy, you're muted.
Sorry, I was muted from when the contractor was here.
From the dog.
Yeah, from the dog. So one of the things I'd like to say is that a lot of projects that not only have we built a lot of, we basically built everything, and we're ready to go at launch. The other thing that we have, which a lot of projects lack, is a really good monetization model that actually makes sense. There's a lot of these projects have this monetization model that says, well, if we do this and we do that and blah, 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 and it's all about partnerships and a lot of other things that may or may not make sense as far as funding. And then a lot of tokens that people get into, it's this roadmap and we hope that we make money, and it's all about token price. Our ecosystem is built on a very strong funding model of, for daily growth, where we have portal transaction fees that go to both the project and the games that are implemented. We have NFT fees, which, as you can see, they're very small, like 15 cents or something like that for a transaction on the DEX, that go to the project. We have an AMM for trading liquidity and for projects to even create their liquidity pairs, and so there's revenue for that. We have a marketplace where there's fees on that go to the project. So if you look at the entire ecosystem, it's not all about token price, it's not all about hype, it's not all about hope. It's about individual functionality that we have that is fee driven, that will actually continue to sustain us long term.
In it for the tech, right?
Yeah, and it's all about the tech. Our token is a utility token. We actually have implemented it in everything that we do.
Yeah, and I think still very important to underline, and I know you touched already upon this, Paul, earlier on this AMA, but it is very important to underline the fact that you are industry agnostic, or virtually industry agnostic. Like the gaming vertical is an easy one. It's easy to explain, it's easy to showcase, but it's not where it stops. Like there are many other opportunities and verticals out there that can work and that can utilize your technology perfectly, but in completely different use cases, but still bridge assets from Web 2, Web 3, and vice versa. So this is also incredibly exciting. It's not just about gaming.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. And as we have the base tech, I would say we have the marketplace, we have the portal, can easily like kind of rebrand it and relaunched as a different vertical, right? So the marketplace actually is a marketplace for game assets, but the next vertical is the marketplace for RWA, right? So as we have the base tech, it only requires some tweaks and the change narrative on this vertical, and then we have the second product line up for this. And this is awesome because we don't need to go from scratch. The way how we build everything is literally prepared for the other verticals, and where everything comes together. So NitroDome is not a standalone project. It's part of the big family where everything works and integrates, I would say, cross-product.
Awesome. Thank you for those great last words for this part of the AMA. I suggest that we hop off of this live stream. This live stream is recorded, meaning that you can watch it back on, well, at least YouTube, and parts of it for sure will be reposted on Twitter as well, or X. And at this point, Paul and Gordon, they will move to the Nexera Foundation Telegram group, our main Nexera group, where they will answer community questions. Again, the channel will not be muted, so everyone is immediately free to ask questions. I already saw Paul couldn't wait and jumped the gun. So Paul is there as the inglorious bastard, and Gordon is there as Gordon.
Yeah.
And see everyone there. Thank you so much for being here, Paul and Gordon, today. And thank you so much for everyone that has tuned in and watched. Please join the Telegram group now, and let's continue the AMA there.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Matthias.